moving here. Let's see how this V6 performs. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be going over the all-new Ram 1500 Tradesman. Now this doesn't necessarily get the fun, exciting changes that the higher up packages on the Ram 1500 get, but we still got to review it because this is a more affordable Ram 1500. Before we get in this video, a huge shout out and thanks to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Provo, Utah for me sometime with this truck. Check out their info in the description down below so you can see what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Ryan. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and then 273 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Starting with the hood here, you guys can see this is finished in flame red, and then we have the 1500 e-torque badge that kind of signifies that the truck has the V6 if there's no 5.7 Hemi in front of that, but there's a hood. And then coming down below, you guys can see the halogen lights for the headlights, and then notice that the grille is kind of like blacked out. You do have the chrome trim around, which makes it look nicer, and then chrome bumper as well. Tow hooks there at the bottom, no fog lights though. And putting it all together, you know, it's a good looking truck. Coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275, 65, 18 in the front and over in the rear as well. And you guys can see you got silver wheels, which, you know, kind of matches the chrome trim theme on this truck. We got our Ram logo right here, and then you guys can see with the coloration on the mirrors and then also the door handles. Now taking a look at the full side profile here, you guys can see this is the quad cab, so it has a 6'4" bed and then a slightly smaller cab configuration. And then Ram does still utilize multi-link in the back, but we still have a solid rear axle. So here's a key fob. We have the unlock function, the lock function Ram logo, and then also another Ram logo as well. And, well, that leads us to the tailgate, which, ooh. Now, popping into the bed area, we have 1,682 pounds of payload capacity, and some of that's being used up by this white fluffy stuff. Now, you guys can see you've got bed liner already, and then we also have LED lights with this particular one, and then you guys can see here for the cargo tie-downs, kind of bad with the lighting because the snow just kind of like hides everything, but there's the bed. Ooh, just kidding, it's actually light. Now, you do have LED taillights here on this particular truck, and then you guys can see with all the chrome badges here, and then look at the chrome bumper there at the bottom as well. And then when it comes to towing capacity with this truck, it's right around like 7,000 pounds. And yeah, I think it's a good looking truck. Would you look at that? That's pretty fancy. Now with the back door panel, it's, you know, pretty basic with the material use. I love how it looks like there's gonna be like a leather insert here, but it's just hard touch plastic. Again, this is a Tradesman. Now with that being said, the Tradesman still has really nice cloth seats here in the back, and then you guys can see the under seat storage. Yeah, in the quad cab, it's pretty cramped back here. I mean, I'm literally like straddling the seat, and then you guys can see we got some vents and some storage down below. But headroom back here is actually solid. Now here's the front door panel. You guys can see, again, pretty base with the material use. We got all of our window controls. Front two are automatic. You got your mirror adjustments, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring with this particular truck. And then really nice cloth seats here for the front seats, manually adjustable and kind of expected, work truck life, right? Parking brake right here, and then we got our light controls, and then the steering wheel, manually adjustable. So here is the steering wheel. I love how it's like perforated on the side as if it's, you know, super nice material use when this is, again, pretty basic for the steering wheel. But anyways, we've got cruise control, gear limiter, you've got controls for center stack, voice command controls, no radio controls on the back with this, and then turn signal windshield wiper stock. So here's the gauge cluster, mostly analog, and then you guys can see the screen there in the center. Yes, I know, it's not the exciting new digital gauge cluster, but again, you got to get a higher up package to get that gauge cluster. But you know, this still gets the job done, and for like a work truck, it looks nice. Now here's a backup camera. We do have trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and then you got that zoom function as well with the receiver hitch, and resolution's pretty solid. Analog controls on the outside for stuff with like the radio and all that, and you know, this actually is a touchscreen. Even though it's a very small screen, it still is a touchscreen. Single zone climate controls just down below. Notice we got a tow haul mode, stability control, trailer brake controls already integrated. And then we got, of course, the dial shifter. This ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Your two-wheel drive, four-wheel low, four-wheel high, no four-wheel auto. Auto stop start right there too. And then we got all of the USB ports right here. And then you guys can see here with the whole storage space situation just underneath. Now yes, this comes with a good old fashioned bench seat. Seems like these are starting to come back in pickup trucks a little bit. Look how practical that is. Tons of storage space, and you can have your favorite person sit next to you. Got a little 12 volt there at the top, and then you guys can see here the storage space above, and then you got the glove box right there, and then we have a full power outlet. Cool. Now here is the mirror. You guys can see you've got the manual dimmer function and then power sliding rear window. Now a Tradesman equipped just like this is going to sticker for just under $50,000. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, which you're gonna do a blind spot monitoring, then throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. So, setting off in this Ram 1500 with the V6. And we still have the V6 for the time being. Who knows if Ram will get rid of it in the future. There's lots of stuff changing. And first off, the seats are really comfortable in this truck compared to, work trucks made by other manufacturers. Ram does a really good job with making their truck just exceptionally comfortable. Like, the seats are very soft, padding's really good, and I think they look good as well. Again, especially when compared to like a basic Ford or Chevy, this definitely, I don't know, it just has a nice feel to it. And then torque with this V6, pretty good on the low end. Again, naturally aspirated engine at pretty decent elevation, so it's impressive that it's performing the way that it is. That is for sure. Ride quality is really smooth. That's one of the big benefits of this multi-link setup with the Ram, is you get just really, really comfortable ride quality. And it kind of lends to more luxury experience. Again, even though this is more of a basic work truck, it definitely, it doesn't feel that way, right? When I think of work truck, I think of something like loud, clunky, uncomfortable, but this isn't that, which I think is important because like actual work trucks, like, they get driven a lot, and so you want to make sure that the person's going to be able to do that in comfort, because if your employees are more comfortable, then they'll probably work harder. Or maybe it's the exact opposite. Maybe they won't work as hard because they'll be so comfortable that they'll fall asleep on the job, and then it's like and it's a whole situation, that's for sure. Okay, so actually getting up and moving here, let's see how this V6 performs. Not bad. The 8-speed automatic helps out quite a bit with getting it where it needs to be in the power band. But yeah, I mean, it's not like an insanely fast powertrain. It's not why you get the V6. You get the V6 for the fuel economy and the fact that lower cost of entry. So let's sum things up here with this truck. Obviously, again, doesn't have the cool changes that you're gonna get in like I'm pretty sure you can get like the digital gauge cluster even in like the Bighorn package. So Ram's basically doing kind of what Chevy did when Chevy did the refresh for their Silverado for the 22 model year, where like the basic truck basically stayed the same, but then the higher up packages got some changes. So similar things with the Ram. But I mean, it's a nice truck. The other thing that I'll say is, like, it's crazy how expensive these work trucks are nowadays. Like, I also reviewed a basic Ford this week, and 5.0 V8 Ford, and yeah, like $50,000. It's crazy. Like, a basic work truck should be like $30,000, not $50,000. So let me know, guys, think about this, and that's all. That's because something's up with our video on this Ram 1500. Let me know what you guys think about the Tradesman package. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Lurch Mailer, Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you.